Okay, so today we're going to talk about a topic which is very interesting that all of us face, every day. And as founders and as entrepreneurs of our companies, we are blindly obsessed with execution. Do you agree?
I mean, I do
Yes,
that.
yes, 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 it
Yes.
happens.
Because
Paucity
that's
of
what we've been told
funds.
that, we have to keep on hustling and, we have to execute every day. We have to be very quick. We have to create a dent in the universe. So the query here is, why are most founders blindly obsessed with this execution thing? So
See,
founders, just like us, founders and entrepreneurs both, they live in the doing zone. They're in the doing zone of closing deals, hiring, managing crisis, firing people, chasing revenue, and constantly they pride on being action oriented. They think without action, how can they be entrepreneurs if if they're not action oriented? But the question is, if you spend 100% of your time doing, you're spending 100% of your time running yesterday's problems, because we know as founders and entrepreneurs that firefighting is one of our main jobs, which it shouldn't be, but that's what we do all the time. And you and I both will realize this, that if we've been running a business for a few years, we'll constantly be in execution mode. We think that grinding harder would solve every problem. And it does. It does for a while. But then you hit a ceiling. Decisions start feeling reactive, growth slows down, and we keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again without even realizing it. We think we're progressing, but we're just repeating the same mistakes. So, founders and entrepreneurs, we often experience an overwhelming fatigue because we rely solely on execution. Hard work is very, very essential, no doubt about it. But hard work, constant hard work, just like a machine running 24 hours, it can lead to burnout and hinder growth if not balanced with learning. So, the smarter approach is deliberate learning. Let's decide to experiment and let's try this for all of us also. Consciously block 20% of our time for learning, not reading how to scale generic content, not just reading books about how to scale, or just listening to generic podcasts on how to scale. But what we need to do is we need to have targeted learning to what we need to learn, what do we need in our business, targeted to that, and explore systems that could prevent these recurring problems, this firefighting that happens every day. And when we do that, we'll realize that within months, literally within months, the impact will be obvious. We'll start making decisions much faster. We'll have structured solutions to problems. We will avoid mistakes and we will have much more clarity. Problems that used to take weeks to solve now will have simple solutions because we'll understand how to manage them. So we need to understand this before and after, this learning shift that happens. So we have to understand that execution without reflection and learning is just busy work. It's like that chicken that head gets cut off and is just running around feeling busy and doing something important when you're not doing anything. You're just this hamster on this wheel running around doing the same things. Because doing alone creates momentum, but learning multiplies it. So we really need to learn what to do in our business that will enhance our business, that will grow our business. And we have to create that space to evolve. The founders who scale from 1 crore to 25 crore to 50 crore to 100 crore aren't necessarily working harder than us, but they're working smarter than us because they intentionally create this space to evolve. And we need to create that space for ourselves. So if we're grinding every day and feeling stuck, let's stop the non-stop execution. Let's dedicate at least 20% of our time, if not more, to learning, experimenting, and understanding systems that will prevent repeated mistakes. And when we do that, we'll realize that we need to thank ourselves for it. Thank you. Credits go to Rajiv Talreja, whom a lot of us know about. He's been a guest speaker at Reciprocity. He's the head of Quantum Leap. And this nugget was inspired by one of his posts on LinkedIn.